Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Leo December 2022 New Year Miracle Message reading. Woo, if I can get through all of that. Hi, everyone, and welcome. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot, a place for you to better connect with and illuminate your own personal spiritual importance. So today's reading is going to be taking a look at a miracle that wants to come in for you to help you usher in a level of abundance in some aspect of your life coming into 2023. So the first card I'm going to pull here is what I like to call our spiritual compass point. This is where Spirit is asking you to direct your kind of internal spiritual gaze to see the miracle that's coming in for you. Now, I am a huge believer in miracles in general, that they happen every day all around us, but that often the ones that want to come in for us, we miss because we are looking either in the wrong direction or we're not in that beautiful suspended state of belief. So as we're moving into the holiday season here in the United States, which is where I live, there's a lot of that message of believe come through. And it's something that I think if we can kind of suspend that state of belief and carry it into the new year, this is where we will start to really become aware of those chance meetings with someone who can change our life. The phone call we weren't expecting that gives us the job that we were hoping for, or the rare opportunity that falls in our lap to go do something adventurous or wondrous that we never thought we'd be able to do. And these are those little moments of again, a miraculous moment that wants to come in. So for you here, your compass point says time to go. Number 45, which breaks down to a number 9. That's a beautiful number to have as we come into the end of the year, because the number 9 is a sign that really brings in the end of a cycle. It means you have the chance to really reflect on all of the things you've learned over the past few years, or even just in this year alone, and to get ready to, as we move into the start of a fresh year, to carry all those lessons forward and kind of prepare yourself for the new adventure. So I'm going to read the excerpt from the book that comes with this oracle deck so that we can get the true meaning of this card, and then we'll pull additional cards to get deeper into the meaning for you, or the message for you. So let's see, number 45. We have, time to go. Essential meanings. It says endings, completion, walking away from something because there is nothing else to learn or experience. It says the oracle's message. You are at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience thus far. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. There's nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstances. Take the risk and move on, even if you need to be in transition for a time. Your destiny is calling you. Now, I'm also going to read the prosperity message, because that's what we're looking at here in this reading. What area does Spirit want to bring in a miracle to help elevate a certain level of prosperity in your life in 2023? So it says, this message is clear. The path you've been on with your work, creative projects, and business alliances have come to an end. You will not find the success you desire by continuing with what is now in front of you. This is an auspicious sign. This is an auspicious sign because there is no choice that will benefit you other than risking stepping into the unknown. It is time to walk towards something new. This card also pertains to the more neutral concept of completion. You've finished your tasks and can rest assured that this ending will open up a powerful new avenue of opportunity, even better than any you can imagine. You have done all you can now. Now trust that Spirit keeps the plan moving forward. Fortune requires you to conclude this chapter of your life, and remember that when you close one door, another opens. I like this because, again, it's almost like for you, the spiritual focus is about kind of closing the door on maybe perhaps what's happened in this year, but it could also be closing the door on a part of you that has gone through a large cycle, a major life cycle. Perhaps you grew exponentially in that. Maybe you became a parent for the first time, or maybe you have, gone from being a college student to now you are, at a certain well-respected level in your career, or maybe there's just some aspect of yourself that you have grown and you realize that, and you get to kind of close the door on that past version of yourself that grew to this point, and you're getting ready now to open the door to who you are today, where this individual is going to move forward from this point. So there is kind of, for me intuitively, I'm getting a lot of kind of healing energy around this, closing the door perhaps on maybe relationships with either parental figures or with other people in your life that maybe was kind of wounding and that maybe you had to kind of work through that, and that now you get this beautiful opportunity to look back, reap all of those wonderful life lessons you've learned about yourself, and to really reflect on how far you've come, who you are today, how much you've grown, and to get ready to open the door for what's coming in for the new, stronger, better version of yourself. There is a feeling too of completion. Perhaps some of you have been working towards a major goal and it has come to pass. This could be like you were working towards getting to a certain level in your career and you've achieved it. But now that you're there, a whole nother level is still available to you. You know, there's this kind of point, and I'm going to just go into this because it's intuitively coming in before I start to pull additional cards. But there is this feeling coming through here of, I think you've leveled up, Leo, in some capacity in your life. You've hit a point. You've been successful in that, but we can never stop growing. We can never stop changing, because change is kind of the universal constant in our experience here in this plane of reality. And so when we think about change, what I like to apply change to us is growth, that we should never get to that place of kind of stagnancy where then we just kind of live out the rest of our life in the same place doing the same things, because we always have potential to do more, to experience more. And this, I think, is that point for you, Leo, that in the new year, you're going to be basically kind of, I mean, as we all are, starting a new chapter, but starting a new chapter that's going to grow beyond, I think, maybe a large scale goal that you had for yourself. And now it's realizing, okay, there's still more out there for me. This can be like if you've achieved a certain level of success in some aspect of your life. Doesn't matter whether it's family or work or just in your everyday life experience. This can be that now there's time to level up in some new way. Maybe now it's time to focus on creative projects instead of just on work projects. Maybe now it's time to focus on growing in your home life versus in your work life, or vice versa. So this is going to be, I think, a beautiful kind of ushering in here. But there is that feeling of really having to get, I think, clear with what you've wanted to accomplish, realizing that perhaps you've done that, and that now it's time to grow beyond that. This is where we keep our eyes open for that next, and it can be scary, that next opportunity. This can be like where we finally have achieved that level of success in work, and then suddenly someone comes out of the blue and says, hey, I want to double your pay, but you're going to have to leave that company you've been at for a long time. Or I want you to come and start a business with me, and suddenly you're forced to possibly leave something that seemed very secure to now move into something that might be a little risky, but it means growing in an area that you've not yet experienced, or vice versa in a work or in a home environment. This could be where maybe this is that point where you decide to finally get engaged or get married or buy that home. Maybe you've saved, and now it's like, okay, now it's time to take that leap. You're no longer in the saving point. You're in the, okay, let's do it. Let's buy that house. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card now to take a look at the energy that's coming in for you in 2023. Kind of the energy that's coming in now that's going to kind of open that gateway as we move in between December and into January. So let's see, what's the energy around Leo? We have Door to Romance. Ooh, I love this. Number 33, which is a master number. It's the number of the spiritual builder, which I love. But it also reduces to the number 6 if you want to take it to that point as well. That in the number 6 is the energy of love. It's the energy of also the home. It's the energy of working together with others for a spiritual goal. So it's a beautiful energy. This is the energy of when I talk about the door to romance. For some of you, this literally could be the door to a romantic partner, but this could also be what I like to see this card as is the door to falling back in love with life. That we get to open the door to this kind of romantic sensibility, those rose-colored glasses where we get to have that beautiful experience that truly, again, makes us fall back in love with our life experience. So be ready for that. This is very nurturing energy. I think your reading here has been the best yet so far, Leo. So let me go ahead. I'm going to pull some clarifiers here. So let's go ahead and see what additional messages want to come in about this door to romance. Okay. What does Leo need to know about the door to romance that's opening up for them? We have the High Priestess. Yeah, there's a deep internal knowing, I think, for many of you. Ooh, and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, there's the spark, the creative spark, the idea. Let's see if anything else wants to come out. Yeah, this is what I like to call our eternal flame. This is a reconnection to our spirit. It's a reigniting. And I think for many of you, maybe there's been a part of yourself that has... when we go through cycles, ooh, yeah, okay, 10 of Pentacles, wow, yeah. Okay, so let me kind of break this down. So what I was saying is that there's a part of ourselves that sometimes when we go through a major cycle, we can sometimes kind of lose that spark within us. We go through the day-to-day. When we first started on the journey, we were excited and we were doing something really neat. And then we get to the point where we kind of just lose connection with that. It's not that our flame ever goes away. We always have the kind of the breath of the spirit of life within us, and that direct connection to source spirit. But sometimes we can just forget. We forget that we have to kind of keep that flame lit through finding ways to creatively engage us or to engage, your heart center, your heart chakra. Leo, you are a sign that is ruled, that you rule the heart. And there is this feeling of, I think, kind of getting back into that power within you that comes from your heart, that comes from that beautiful lion-hearted, that courageous center of I'm going to do what I love, I'm going to express my love, and I'm ready for that to be returned to me in physical manifestation in my life. So I'm going to love big, I'm going to love hard, I'm going to love courageously, and I expect life to do that to me as well. I expect life to love me back, and I expect the people in my life to do the same. So for many of you with the High Priestess, this is an internal knowing. This is when we've made that decision. We know what it is, but we're sitting with it. We've kind of going back to our intuition, kind of tapping into that universal book of knowledge that lies within each one of us. And we know what it's time to do. And this Ace of Wands could be for some of you that realization of two things. So this could be just simply all of a sudden something comes in out of the blue and you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't felt excited like this in a long time. This could be the opportunity where with the 10 of Pentacles coming in for large scale success, this can be, this is kind of the card of like our ultimate legacy fulfilled and experienced in a physical way in our life. This can be where all of a sudden you get that spark, that idea of like, oh my gosh, I want to write that book. And that's what I want to do. I want to be a writer. Or somebody comes in and maybe you have achieved a certain level of success in your work life. And somebody comes in and says, have you thought about doing this with your experience now? And suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, I never realized that. I've only been so focused on maybe social media, but now you just told me that I can go out and speak in front of large groups of people all over the country and I get to connect face to face with others. That's really what I want to do. And suddenly a gateway opens up to a whole nother aspect to your experience that you have yet to do. This could be the same thing in the love life, that this could be suddenly you have that romantic spark with somebody. This can be that kind of woof, feeling of love. And suddenly you see your whole life together with this individual. You see the children you're going to have. You see the home you're going to have. You see all of that, the life you're going to live. And suddenly you realize, oh my gosh, this is the next chapter of my life. So beautiful energy, whatever this is that's coming in for you. Whatever feels kind of lights that flame of excitement, of wow, and it leads you to this future vision of yourself that you never thought, that maybe you've always wanted but didn't even realize it was possible. That's the gateway. That's the door. That's what's waiting for you to come in. There's going to be this spark of inspiration, and it's going to lead to, for some of you, to quite a bit of success or actual physical wealth. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and pull another card here, and we're going to see what wants to come in. We're going to see his future energy. So this is going to be kind of advice from Spirit. And no, I'm not going to take that card. Let's see what else wants to come out here. Let's get some advice from Spirit here. Does Leo need to know about just advice? Where do they need to surrender? I love this deck. I find the messages on these cards so empowering in a certain way and so insightful. I hope you guys do as well when one finally wants to come out here. What does Leo need to know? I'm hearing saying trust your gut. Oh, and that's interesting that comes out. Maybe that's why I was hearing that. But seeing this High Priestess, this is trusting your intuition. Again, when you feel it in your stomach, those kind of butterflies, that's guiding you to the right place there. That's going to be your internal compass as to where it's time to move towards. So it says surrender to the wisdom of your body. Yeah. So when you feel, I like how this individual has her hands like kind of right on her, in front of her stomach there. It says listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. Yeah. So this is where do you feel those butterflies? Where is that kind of coming in for you that's really going to feel, wow. Again, it's for that opportunity for love, the opportunity to travel, the opportunity, for a creative endeavor or expression, or just, to level up in your work life. There's something here that when you'll know, it'll spark that flame within you, and you'll feel that excitement. And that's the doorway. Okay, let's see. I get a couple clarifiers, and then I'll pull a final card for you guys. What does Leo need to know about surrendering to the wisdom of their bodies? Anything else? And it fell on the floor. Hold on just a moment. Whoa. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles. Beautiful. That's a card of enjoying the level of physical abundance you have in your life right now. It's taking the time to stop and smell the roses, to, sometimes we can be so focused on working towards a goal that we don't get a chance to really enjoy the level of success or independence or just abundance that we have around us. Okay, so we have the Three of Swords and the Three of Wands. So threes are, for me, kind of the energy of reflection. It's also the energy of divinity for me. But the Three of Swords is a card of internal wounding. It's those thoughts that kind of, haunt us on a mental plane that then hurt us on an emotional level. It's that every time somebody told you weren't good enough, and it kind of replays in your mind, or somebody who told you weren't lovable or good enough for them. And the beauty of this is that we can get past that by moving into a place with the Three of Wands of expectation. This is turning what I like to call kind of anxiety into excitement, where this can feel like, and I do like that this is, coming in here for this energy wisdom of your body, because this is really becoming aware of where you maybe have anxiety that comes based from past hurt and wounding, and where you can turn that into hopeful expectation of what's to come. The Three of Wands is waiting for your ships to come in. This is where you've taken action towards something, and now there is a level of expectation of, what's going to come in? What's going to be on that ship? And so there is this level here of saying, surrender to the wisdom of your body. If there's something that, if you're engaging with somebody and suddenly you're kind of going down the rabbit hole of anxiety of like, no, I can't because last time this happened. And then instead you stop yourself, you recognize it, and you realize, look at how much I've achieved up to this point. And I've done that all myself. And then you stop and you adjust. And Leo, you are a fire sign, so the wands are you. You get back into your mode of operation here. And you instead start to take action, actively looking for what is coming in for you, actively understanding that maybe this opportunity that's coming in is not meant to sit here and have you question yourself and what you're capable of. It's meant to usher in great abundance. Love that. Okay, so now I'm going to pull a final card here, actually, that's going to be from this Love Oracle deck, because Leo, you are a sign ruled by the heart. So let's see what you can expect in love for the year ahead, 2023. What can Leo expect around the energy of love? Okay, we have keep an open mind. It says your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. I like that, because this can be taken in many different ways. Soulmates does not have to specifically refer to romantic partnerships. Soulmate can be a new best friend that comes in. A soulmate can be someone who is the next, work partner or mentor that you have, or vice versa. This could be somebody that you mentor. So it's a beautiful energy saying that, again, there's romance to come, and this will most likely include someone who's going to be with you for quite some time from this point forward, who's going to, I think, lead to a very fulfilling relationship for you. So I like how it says, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. I'll pull a couple final cards here just to see if any additional messages want to come out, and then we'll end the reading. Let's see, anything that Leo needs to know about their soulmate that's coming in here. The Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, got goosebumps, guys. Something, there's something here. And the Sun. Beautiful. This is your card, Leo, right here. So there's something here about this individual that could be coming in is literally, they're almost like an activation point for you for self-illumination, for allowing the best part of your unique self, truly your spiritual importance, what you're here to do. They're going to help unlock that within you. And this fortune point is the Wheel of Fortune. This is literally saying that this could get the wheel turning in your favor, and again, could lead towards this abundance. So that's a really interesting way to end this. And I really like that it kind of circles back to the door to romance here, that this individual could be the key to unlocking this new version of yourself and lighting this flame that's going to lead to physical success and abundance, I think, on a level that you did not realize was there for you. It's truly opening the door to a much broader perspective of how much further you can grow and grow. All right, this looks like a very beneficial year for you, Leo, moving into 2023. I look forward to your illumination reading next month. And if you would like to book your own reading to see what's lying ahead for you personally, you can click on the link in the description box below to visit my website and book a New Year reading. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful holiday season, and sending you so much love as you move into and through the door to romance. Bye, Leo.